Hey guys, Ryan from AMS here. We're with our pal Al from Fender, taking a look at the new for 2025 guitar models. This is the part where I stop talking and you tell everybody what you know about the gear.
Thank you.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Right.
Ready to go. We're standing in front of a little collection called the Player II Series Sparkle Collection. There's 4 models, a Strat, a Tele, a P, and a J. And as you can see, they have these incredibly special 3-color sparkle finishes. And I'm going to, if you'll indulge me, if you look closely, you can see that these things light up like the night sky under lights. They're just sparkly, unbelievably brilliant finishes. Now, being Player II models, these all have fantastic necks, incredibly rolled edges, rosewood boards, 9.5-inch radius with medium jumbo frets, and of course, fantastic Player Series pickups. And this is a limited run that we're doing here at the NAMM show. Dealers can order as many as they want. We'll build them and ship them, and then they will kind of disappear into the market. But these are incredible finishes that are brand new for NAMM, 3-color sparkle. That's the Player II Sparkle Series.
Love it. Can I have one?
You can have all of them.
I love it. That
Yeah,
looks
pull
great.
your truck up. We'll load out in the back.
And it's great to have rosewood back. Not that I have an issue with Palfaro, but I mean, that's the classic tone recipe right there.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
as you can see, we're using beautiful, rich rosewood boards. That is classic Fender using rosewood.
They smell like chocolate.
Yeah.
I
they
licked
taste
that
a
one.
little bit like it, too.
All right, we want to move down a little bit. And
Yeah.
So obviously we're going more the vintage style Fender stuff for those who want you guys. The beauty of Fender obviously is you have the modern stuff, which, you know, adds a lot of the new stuff that people want. But someone might go, look, I want it the way it was in 1955 or 1964 or whatever. So I guess that's where we come in here.
Exactly.
All
Our
right.
American Vintage 2 series is all about what you said.
Yep.
Year-specific models that highlight historic Fender pieces, and they have lacquer finishes, era-specific neck shapes, incredibly accurate pickup construction made with cloth wire and fiber bobbins and all that great stuff. Vintage colors, vintage hardware, and they come in vintage cases, as accurate as you can get for the reissue series. And what we've done for the NAMM show is we've traded out a few colors on some of our popular models. So starting with this one, this is the 1960 P-Bass in the American Vintage 2 series. It's now available in Olympic white, and the black will be going away. We have the 1966 Jazzmaster, incredible with the binding and blocks on the neck and the matching head cap, available in Sherwood Green Metallic, which is a super cool color that you don't see a lot. And that's replacing the Dakota Red on the 1966 Jazzmaster. And then this is the 1957 Strat with the V-neck and the incredible pickups. This is available in black now, and the Seafoam Green will be going away. This little guy right here is a limited edition, and this is basically a 1951 Tele with the U-shaped neck and the amazing pickups, brass saddles, all that great stuff. But this 51 is painted in what we're calling prototype white. When Leo was first working on his prototypes for the Telecaster, a lot of them were painted in just this basic white color.
Yep.
So this is harkening back to that. That's why it's called prototype white. This one is a limited edition that we'll take orders for and ship, and then they'll kind of be gone out of
Was that a flap hole pickup in there too? Is that like the original?
Yeah, that's
Very
right.
cool.
The bridge pickups are flap
Love
hole
it.
there. And finally, in the American Vintage 2 series, we're adding a 1965 Strat. So this is a brand new model. It's not limited. It'll be a permanent addition to the line. 1965 is a very interesting transition year between Fender and CBS ownership.
Right.
Some of the great highlights here are the super cool transition logo, gray bottom pickups that are sparkly and warm, and they sound amazing. Pearl dot inlays, and the neck is like a perfect, kind of in between
Goldilocks.
thick and thin.
Just right, yeah.
It's one of my favorite necks, and these beautiful tinted, rich colors on the necks. So that's basically all the new stuff for the American Vintage 2 series.
And you chose what is, I mean, the best custom color ever in
Shoreline gold,
I mean,
Sonic
beautiful.
blue, shoreline gold, and candy apple red. Yeah, wonderful colors too. So
Yeah.
that's what makes them fun. All the cool colors and the beautiful sounding pickups, obviously.
Awesome. Looks great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey guys, we're here with our friend Billy from Fender. He's going to walk us through the new Fender Standard Series Strats and Teles. Yep. Take it away.
Awesome. Well, we're excited. This is a brand new product offering that we've been working on for the better part of almost 2 years. This is intended to bridge the gap between what we do in our Squire Classic Vibe models and what we do in our Player 2 models coming out of Ensenada.
Got it.
So these are Fender branded import line. that are coming out of Indonesia.
Okay.
So what you see here to my right is first of all, the Strat offering, which we'll walk you through. We have the standard Strat. We also have the HSS version. But one of the fun things that we were able to do here, like we do in a lot of the other electric guitar platforms that we launch, which is keep your core colors like your three-tone sunburst, your black, your whites. Those are just core, tried and true colors, but it gives us the opportunity too to kind of extend out, but not extend out in the same way that we do in some of the other series. So this will be the first time we've kind of moved into this area, which is you've got Candy Cola, and then you've also got back here and right over here, which is the Aquamarine Metallic.
Got it.
So now in each of the kind of configurations, we also have variations, which are Laurel fretboards, Maple fretboards.
Okay.
The key there with even the neck is that we use a 9.5-inch radius, and they're a modern C shape. So they feel all of the electric vibes that we've got on all of our other models that we've got within, whether it's Corona, whether it's in Sonata. So the fit, the feel, everything feels very familiar as a Fender banded instrument. You'll also see things like gloss headstock.
Yep.
But the back of the neck is actually satin. So a little easier to play, a little easier to move up and down.
Nice modern refinements on a classic design.
Exactly. Yeah. Very much in the modern realm, not as very much like the classic side.
It's interesting too. The Laurel looks a lot like Rosewood. I mean, it seems like you guys made a real effort to give it a nice dark look.
It does, and it's a good sustainable source with our OEMs. We started moving towards some of that within the Squier Classic Vibe stuff too, and it was well received by the market. And so this is our opportunity to keep Rosewood for our Ensenada factory, but utilize Laurel over here.
And what were you using for the bodies as well? Is it different for like a solid finish than like a burst finish, or is it the same?
Nope, all
same
the
wood
same stuff. Yep, it's all poplar.
Oh wow,
Yep.
it looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, the figuring in it is really impressive.
Yeah, and that's part of the quality thing, right? We have expectations as a brand.
Right.
Those quality, they actually at the factories hired QC teams that are specific to just the Fender branded instruments we're building, and they run through the specs based on what we give them. So
it looks great.
It's
man.
great. Even the
really
weight
exciting.
of the bodies is spec'd out specifically. So.
Beautiful. Awesome. Should we move on down the line? I mean, so you got, obviously you're doing the 3 singles and that's the classic. And then tell us about that bridge humbucker.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of fun variation. Obviously the HSS Strat is like the next version. Everybody wants that. The humbucking pickup is so versatile that it's an exciting variation to this. So you'll see here though that even as we move through the different models, based on it being an HSS, your Aquamarine Metallic now comes with a maple neck.
Right.
And your Candy Cola comes with the Laurel. So kind of flip-flopping, giving some variety within the line. But then you have all the way down here to my right where you've got, when you have an HSS Strat, you've got to go black with a black guard. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Super excited. So that kind of rounds out the Strat product offering there.
Beautiful. Looks great. Should we move on to the Teles?
Yeah, let's move on down.
All right, so we're going to move on to the Tele models here. Tell us a little bit about these.
I mean, very straightforward. Same neck profile, same basic feature set as what we're doing within all of the line, but a little bit of variation here. So this is where you'll see the Aquamarine Metallic on the Tele with a white guard. Again, tried and true, obviously 3-tone sunburst with the white guard. And then the pinnacle of every Tele product offering, right? Butterscotch Blonde.
Yep.
Obviously the #1 seller anytime you look at the Teles, but really excited just because the ceramic pickups on these sound amazing. Obviously we hold a very high standard to our tone within our electric guitars, and it is a variation to what we do in Player 2. So these are ceramic versus the Alnico over there, but these just sound absolutely amazing.
So you were saying before, this is going to fit that niche between, like, say, the higher end Squiers, and then this is the next, like, what price point are we talking out for Fender here?
So all of the standard series here that you'll see, including the basses, are $599.
Amazing.
US dollars. Yep.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Super
Super
great,
exciting.
man. Yeah, that's really cool.
So we can move around and
We'll
check out the basses. Yeah.
Sounds good. Obviously, we need to, when we talk Fender, you got to talk basses. So let's take a look at these bad boys.
Again, so to round out the whole standard product offering, here to my left, you've got your precision bass. In core colors, again, like we spoke about, even on the Strats and the Teles, but a chance to actually extend out a little bit. So for the P bass, we chose to go with the outside of the black and the 3-tone sunburst. We've got Candy Cola here with the maple neck. Looks absolutely beautiful. Fits the precision bass vibe through and through.
Oh, yeah.
And shares same feature: gloss headstock, satin back of the neck. Super playable.
Yeah, that's killer.
But again, when we go to a P bass style, we chose to go with the white with the black guard, which
it's iconic.
It's just killer. Yeah. It looks great.
Yeah.
That kind of rounds out P bass offering. It's very much just 4 colors: 3-tone sunburst, black, Candy Cola, and the white.
Yep.
where we tend to kind of give ourselves a little variation when you move over to the jazz bass, not keep things exactly identical. Down here, as we get further down, you'll see here the jazz bass actually is white guard, right, and then of course you have a maple neck with black guard and black
Chef's kiss, man.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful bass.
It's the one, right?
Yeah.
And then that's where we actually will introduce aquamarine metallic back here.
Oh, let's take a look at that. Yeah.
So the jazz bass will have aquamarine metallic with a maple neck.
Okay.
So you'll notice even in the two colorways, whether it's candy cola or aquamarine within the bass line, we chose to go with the maple neck. It just fits the vibe of the instrument. It looks really, really great. Again, ceramic pickups. These things sound super, super amazing.
And so it's gloss headstocks, but the necks themselves are satin, just kind of for
just to be able to
ease
of playing, right? Which is a variation to obviously like what we do within Squier Classic Vibe, where those are all gloss tinted, more like a vintage era style thing.
Got it.
These are more leaning towards the modern and at the entry level price point into the Fender ecos.
Beautiful. And we're looking at roughly the same price point for these as the guitars?
Same exact thing, $599.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You guys are killing it. That looks great.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, you should be.
This is a big launch. We're going to see where it all goes, but yeah.
I think it'll do really well, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Yep, thanks.
Continuing on with our friend Billy from Fender, we're going to check out the very exciting new standard Acoustasonic line. Is that what I'm calling it?
Yeah, Acoustasonic Standard.
Yeah, Acoustasonic Standard. Let's talk about these. This is really exciting.
Yeah, this is exciting for us because we've been working towards this as we've a natural progression of what we did. So in 2019, when we launched the American Acoustasonic, we followed that a couple of years later after some body shapes with the Player Acoustasonic, which comes out of Ensenada. This is now a more streamlined version of it coming out of Indonesia. So one of the things to notice is on the Tele, you'll see there's no switching on the Jazzmaster either. So what we chose to do is really streamline and make this more focused. So you have your humbucking pickup, and this will be the first time in a core product offering outside of an artist model that will use the humbucking pickup in the lineup for the Tele.
Right.
And then you've got your piezo pickup under here for the acoustic sounds. You have your volume knob, and where it gets really simplified is you have a blend knob.
All right,
that blend knob, it goes straight from electric all the way over to acoustic, and then you've got everything in the middle to kind of find out, and it just blends each of the pickups together. So dead center, you're getting both pickups kind of in a dual track kind of setting.
I love that. The pared down simplicity of it, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I think that was probably a bit of a learning curve for some people when they were checking out the Acoustasonics. It's a wise move. And I love the wooden knobs. It's a great touch.
It's a great little touch on it. We also decided to go with a few different finish options. So these are actually painted all the way around on the back and sides.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So this one is a honey burst. So they bring the burst around over to the top, and then it's a beautiful finish on there.
Yeah.
And then it'll come in aged natural and black, which we'll show you over here in the Jazzmaster model. So there will be two models. It'll be the Tele and the Jazzmaster, each in 3 colors.
And what kind of woods are we talking?
Nieto wood, so similar kind of tonal characteristics that you would have in mahogany. But more sustainable and readily available in Indonesia for us to use.
Got it.
Same neck profile, same everything. Rosewood on the fretboard and bridge. So just little fine touches that we wanted to kind of keep true to the Acoustasonic platform, but also give this a more accessible version. So one other thing to note is that these are $599. So the most entry-level price point into the Acoustasonic platform.
Right.
And you see the natural progression when you move to a player model. You got 3-way switches, more voicing. Obviously, the American version has a 5-way switch, 10 voices, all kinds of others. So you can see studio variations in there, but when you get to this is very much performance stage driven.
Absolutely. You could gig on that all night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then the other model that we've got here is the Jazzmaster, which you see here in the 3 colors showcased. This one's really exciting because, again, this will be the first time in a core product offering where we're painting the bodies all the way around.
Right.
So you see a beautiful like open pore finish on the backside. And again, same thing. The knobs, like we were talking about, wood knobs, same pickup configuration, same way to blend as it is on the Tele. Just slight variations because of the body shape for the Jazzmaster. So the acoustic tonal characteristics will be slightly different.
Okay.
Which they should be, right?
But it looks like you had fun with it too, because even looking at the knobs on the Tele, it's more of like a Tele knob, and then you got the skirted knobs that you would have on an offset. It's just
exactly.
You guys did a really cool job with that. It looks great.
Yeah, it's fun little touches like that. So you'll see here, aged natural. You see the all black and then the honey burst. That kind of rounds out the assortment for Acoustasonic. Very tight, straightforward, but you know, obviously it's casting a wider net with that price point, trying to get more adoption within this acoustic electric hybrid category.
Yeah, and even just picking one up, it just felt so comfortable. I mean, like if I was in a wedding band or I was in a band that had to cover a lot of territory, You don't need more than that.
Right.
I mean, that's
Super
exactly
easy.
it.
Yeah. Grab and go, and it's got everything you need.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey guys, Ryan from AMS here. We're talking to our buddy Matt from Fender Specialty Brands. We're going to check out the new EVH guitars. Take it away.
Hey guys, this year we're featuring this is the standard, and we have 4 colors. We have one transparent color, which is wine red, and the rest we have piano black, pelham green, and satin white. On these feature an all mahogany body and a mahogany center block. And when I say mahogany, it's Nyato, which is an Asian species for mahogany. We also have a tunematic bridge on here as opposed to the harmonica bridge, which are on the specials. These also have a rosewood fingerboard as opposed to an ebony fingerboard on the specials. Roasted maple neck as opposed to an all mahogany neck. And SA-126 pickups, speed knobs as opposed to the witch hat. These are one of the guitars which, you know, you can turn them up with gain. If you know Wolfgang Van Halen and his band Mammoth, you'll know that he plays high gain, he turns it up. You're on stage with 5153 amplifiers, and feedback is a big deal. You've seen other guitar players stuff them with foam to try and prevent that. These you don't have to. They're specially chambered. SA-126 does stand for semi-acoustic, and 126 stands for Wolfgang's dad's birthday, Eddie Van Halen, January 26th.
Got it.
So it's a tip of the hat. His dad made him the Wolfgang guitar. He wanted to make something for his dad.
And the E cutout, the little F hole.
That's another big
thing.
feature.
Yeah.
Yep. Instead of an F hole, it's the E hole. There you go. And then another small feature, but big feature is instead of body binding, we actually mask off and tape and then reveal it. So it's actually the wood that you're seeing on all of these. Another feature you'll see is on the special, you have the tri blocks or the triple block. These ones, we removed the outer block and just left the inner all the way up to the 9th. On the 12th fret, we left the outers, removed the inner. And that is the SA-126 standard, 3-way toggle, bridge, middle, neck. Another small little feature, let's actually do this one since we've done this one before the show, is you have the Strat placements. You have 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, nice.
That is the SA-126 standard.
I love it because it's a stripped down rock machine without looking too bare bones. I mean, you know, you're getting everything you want out of it, but great. Okay, so we're going to move on to obviously the Wolfgang models that we know and love. Tell us a little about these. I noticed we're not looking at any Floyd Roses this time.
That is correct. These are the Wolfgang Tunematic series. Starting with the standards, instead of the Floyd Rose and the locking nut, we've opted for the Stoptail Tunematic. No locking there. These are protos. You will have a retainer bar behind there that will give you downward pressure, so no sympathetic buzz behind the nut.
Got it.
We've also featured speed knobs on this. And also, you'll notice on all of our Wolfgangs, we've had matching ears that cut out. We've squared these off so that you can put in an aftermarket EVH Frankenstein pickup, or you can put in your favorite pickup that you use. So these are your standard Wolfgang Alnico 2 magnet pickups, roasted maple neck and fingerboards.
That's beautiful.
Basswood body, and that's standard on these. So you have a snow white, you have a gloss black, and you have a seafoam pearl metallic. And then moving on, you have the specials. These feature an arch top. These are all basswood. You have body binding, single ply there, a roasted maple neck and fingerboard. There's the retainer bar that I was talking about.
Got it.
These ones have the crescent half moon, but the production will have the squared off edges for the ears on those.
Got it.
And also another speed knob there. Big feature on this is the fine tuners.
Yep.
So in the studio, you'll tune this thing to what you want. Some people hit really hard and they tend to make the guitar go sharp. So you can actually tune these down to every little cent to adjust for your hit.
Right.
Also, if you want to fine tune it in between songs and so forth, you can do that on these.
That's really versatile. That's cool.
So these are husk white, oxblood. The finish on this is pearlescent and metallic as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Gold hardware, parchment pickups, black hardware on the husk white and the gloss black. And then all of these actually do feature a single ply bound body.
Well, you guys are hitting every price point with these. It looks great.
Yeah.
So obviously we're looking at a really tasty relic job here from Charvel. Tell us about this model.
So this is our Charvel Super Stock. This is called Aged Arctic. So you'll notice out of all of our Charvel Super Stock series, we feature things that we don't usually do in the line. This one has an HSH feature.
Right.
We have a Floyd Rose 1000 series bridge. You have speed knobs on this, a volume and a tone, 5-way toggle. It features DiMarzio pickups
Nice.
with a tortoise guard, rosewood fingerboard. You'll see everything is aged on this, including the neck, Charvel tuners, your standard 4-bolt neck, matching tortoise
Nice.
like this. These ones are limited, matching headstock. Pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. And I dig this. It looks like something right off the Sunset Strip.
Oh, yeah.
And especially with the
Yeah.
speed knobs. Cool touch. Thanks again, Matt. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
To check out all the new models that we just checked out here at the Fender booth, be sure to check us out at AmericanMusical.com.